Welcome back. Now, it is a fluid and deep exploration of jazz and brings the present-day listener back to the root. That's composer and saxophonist Linda Sikhakhany's latest project. It's titled Isambulo, which translates from Zulu to Revelation. This is Sikhakhany's third album with the respected independent label Rope a Dope. Well, he joins us now to tell us more about his latest project. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
So good to see you. I mean, how would you describe the last 2 years? COVID, lockdown, you know, live performances, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you musically?
It was a huge shift, you know, to the industry, and it just required us to find new ways of creating music and also just new ways of contributing to try and make this world a better place. Yeah.
What did that teach you about your craft and what it means to you to be in the space?
Well, you know, I had so many questions, and one question that was very central is, what is my role as an artist or as just a sound magician? And it just took me to a place where I had to really appreciate the sound itself, because you know, we were not exposed to audiences and other types of things that we are used to in, you know, like the industry. But it was just a way of really going deep within myself and really, you know, try by all means to just channel what the music has to say.
And a lot of musicians that we've spoken to afterwards, that time was, they took that time to write their music, you know, put together their craft. Was that the same for you?
It was the same. I mean, it gave birth to this album, Isambulo, because it was constructed in 2020 when I was just thinking about, you know, there's so much uncertainty in this world, and how do we find a way of just getting revelation through music. And, you know, that's how, you know, the album was actually born. Yeah.
Let's talk about even this project. I mean, who did you work with on this project? Who do you feature on this project?
Okay, so the project was recorded in Switzerland. I was part of a residency, so it featured musicians from Switzerland, and I took the project back to South Africa to add some elements, where I added El Hadji Ngarindong, who's from Senegal but been based here in Joburg for some time, on percussion. I also have two features, which is Paras on vocals from KZN, and Anna Vidawa on vocals as well, from Austria. And I had the pleasure of having my big bro, Mr. Nduduzo Makhathini, to co-produce the album.
And what for you, what does it mean for you to be where you are at the space that you're in? I mean, given how well-traveled you are, having won the Sambro Music Scholarship, and to this day, today, where you're sitting now?
Well, I just feel a deep sense of gratitude, you know, to be afforded such opportunities. And, you know, the world has been experiencing so much, and for me to be able to create, you know, with all that has been happening, is I'm really grateful for that.
What lessons came with working on this Isambulo for you musically?
So many lessons, you know, just the session itself, it became some sort of like reunion, because just the background creation of the album, one was isolated, and just, you know, getting an opportunity to be with other musicians in one room again was a reunion. And I guess one was very appreciative of the fact that we can create once again.
And you say, you know, it's the project is a fluid and deep exploration of jazz. What does that even mean? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, that's not my writing. It's the, you know, it's the record label that, I guess, through their own experience in the sound, you know, they just felt that these words would match. You know?
And how is the sound different from all your other projects, though?
I think it's a continuation, because I believe that I'm a seeker. So every, you know, like every project is somehow connected to, you know, to the previous one. And I think with just you know, seeking, one is experiencing growth in the process.
Now talk to us about the songs that you're going to perform for us a little later.
To be honest, I had not planned any song, but you know, I'll just get into improvisation.
Right, which is what a lot of jazz musicians do, hey? And why does that constantly work in the jazz space, to be able to improvise?
I guess improvisation is quite central in jazz itself, but also just in African music. but I guess improvisation not in an abstract way, improvisation as a way of moving from somewhere. So
What are you trying to say with this album?
with this album, I'm just trying to, you know, find revelation through music. I'm using history as a portal for understanding, but also history as a place of no return. So I'm just, you know, I'm just thinking about so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of those many things, what do you think, is there a theme that runs through from the album, from the first track to the last track, and was that intentional?
I would say there is a theme that runs through, you know. One thing that really comes up on the record is the relationship between a master and a disciple. You know, the last song on the album is Hymn for the Majors, and, you know, with that song I'm just trying to pay homage to the masters that lead the way at all times. And I'm also, you know, thinking about this monosectional world, understanding that there's this other world, like the ancestry world that is always with us when we create these sounds or in, you know, our everyday journeys.
And speaking of ancestry, is this where you think you and Duduzo Makhathini sort of find common ground? Because he's very big on ancestry, on very ground, you know, with his Basis album as well,
Yeah.
Spirit of Do. Is that where you think you guys meet?
To be honest, meeting Makhathini, because I was very shy about this world, you know, because I come from a very traditional family, but seeing this exist in this world, in this jazz world, it was through Makhathini, and you know, through him I was very comfortable with speaking about it, and I'm, you know, very open about it.
All right, Linda, I'm very excited. Thank you so much. We'll hear music, a little bit of improvisation from the album by Linda Skakane, South African composer and saxophonist, speaking to us about his latest album titled Isambulo, which translates from Zulu to, it means revelation.